Now some questions, including some argument.
Good morning, sir. My name is Garima and I'm from Vidya Devi Jindal School, Hisar, Haryana. My question is, in this age of science and technology, there are many instances of like rape and murders. So how can we save ourselves from this in this
Karsa.
issues?
Science, technology,
In this,
nothing wrong, very helpful. But the user of technology, with the anger here, you see, make weapon. So, the controller of technology and science, more compassionate science technology will be positive, use positive way. Too much anger, too much ambition. I think century-old concept is whenever some differences develop, then you see people consider, you see the method dialogue consider weakness, sign of weakness, show force, or that they consider something kazoda something kareda, something heroic. So therefore, I think this century-old our concept, too much emphasis we and they, that now must change. Even when we face some disagreement, should solve through dialogue, not by weapon. So eventually, this world should be demilitarized. The century-old India's tradition of ahimsa is very relevant to today's world. And ahimsa, action level. In order to carry ahimsa, motivation level, karuna. Karuna, ahimsa go together. That's Indian tradition. Okay.
I'm Asfiya from Indian School, Oman. I'm very glad to see you. So my question is, there is a cut-through competition for employment amongst us. How can we acquire a solution for this issue?
Karsa. What? Unemployment.
Cutthroat. There is. Okay. Okay. So there is a cutthroat competition.
Cut short. Yes.
Competition for employment amongst us. How can we find a solution for this issue?
I don't know. I think, to me, all these related with the self-centered attitude. You see, lack of sense of concern of others' well-being. Then firstly, this gap, rich and poor, happen. Not only national level, not only global level, but also national level. In India, you see, there are many millionaires, but meantime, many poor people here. So unemployment, also some connection, these things. So, unfortunately, religion also sometimes become exploiter. Very sad, very sad. The moral principle is the key thing in economic field or political field or religious field, everywhere. That's my view. So detail, and then India, the caste system, that also very backward. Should not, the religious leader now should come out to educate masses. The caste system is outdated. We are same.
Thank you.
Then I think I may mention to you one great sort of spiritual leader in Haryana. Too much sex, sort of sex exploitation. Then he put in prison. That's wonderful. That's very good.
Good morning, sir. I'm Aisha from the Shriram School Ravli. My question is, with the differences between in the society, can coexistence be achieved?
Khasa. I think broadly speaking, I mean, we look broadly, then every people is part of the community. I think in this country, East India, South India, West India, North India, Central India, different language, different script, but live together. One union, within one union. So that I think 1,000 years, I think in this country, some kind of coexistence. Now further, I think the economist or millionaire and also politicians, I think should pay more attention how to reduce this gap, rich and poor. This is my view.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Holiness. My name is Abhishek and I'm from Vivek High School, Chandigarh. My question for you is that rapid urbanization and industrialization is destroying our environment. So how do we protect our environment in such a case?
Now, in Europe, one example, Sweden, one occasion, many years ago, one occasion, my visit there, some of my friends, they say, because of industry alongside of river, which in the Stockholm, in the center, one river. So because of many industry develop, so the fish almost disappear. Then later, these factory, without sort of they remove this factory, but take special care about environment, cleanness, cleanness. So now fish reappear. Then Germany also, I found with some industry, some factory, they built according the maximum care about environment. So there are techniques, pay more attention. Because we use the technology, but minimum effect for ecology. So there is way. Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ravtej Singh and I'm from Vivek High School, Chandigarh. So my question for you is, in your memoirs, My Land and My People, you had said that desire brings discontent and happiness can spring out only from peace of mind. So how do we control these desires, and don't you think that without desires life would be dull?
Desire, there are two kinds of desire. One desire, more realistic. That desire is necessary. See, to take care of your own health, your own peace of mind, and your own family and community, more prosperity. That kind of desire, realistic desire, is necessary. But some desire, unrealistic. Desire, you see, when you have 10,000 rupees, you want 100,000, then 1 million, then billion. Still you want more and more and more. One sort of, there's some sort of text, Buddhist literature mentioned too much desire. Without realistic desire, then that desire alone, even you see, you own the whole world, still you want more and more. So I think everything more realistic. That desire is the basis of further progress. Okay. So you cannot generalize way. Like that. That I feel. Okay. Thank you.
So I'm Shivam from KC Public School, Jammu. My question is it difficult or easy to manage coexistence in modern age?
Karsa. Tikare. Yuguri umase. Oh. Use, desire or ambition, this here connected more heart, and also equally the compassion or sense of concern of others' well-being related with heart. Now that social animal, every social animal, that kind of sort of a feeling, sense of concern of their group there. Now we, human being, this brain which produce intelligence, we may call wisdom. So combine warm-heartedness and this wisdom combine, then we can we can develop infinite compassion. Other animal cannot. So I feel the sense of concern of others' well-being. That also think more deeper way, the taking care of other. The best way, taking care of yourself. You are part of the community. So therefore, I usually describe we are by nature we take care of oneself. Some kind of selfish always there. Without that, we cannot survive. But the selfish should be wise selfish rather than foolish selfish. Foolish selfish, just think yourself and don't care about your neighbor. Then eventually, all your neighbor become very unfriend. So you will suffer. So for selfish, make friend all your neighbor. That's the wise selfish. This is for your own interest, taking care about other. We are a social animal. So thinking this line, I think we can develop the right attitude. That's my view. So basically we are a social animal. So use our intelligence, then we realize we need friend. At the community, always quarrel each other, will not happy. So live happily. I think I may share you the suicide rate, in big city higher than countryside. The reason countryside, farmer, these people, the sense of community very strong. So you see, when one family facing some problem, they always they feel, or I can ask this for the neighbor, this neighbor. And farming sort of work, collectively work. So therefore, the sense of community much stronger. Then the big city worker, just a salary. So deep inside, lonely. So some problem start. Then really they face desperate. Then suicide. So that shows we are a social animal. The individual's life depends on the rest of the community. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Bhuvneshwari. I am from RKK Girls Public School, Jodhpur. And my question to you is, how can we make a spiritual education go hand in hand with scientific advancement?
As a scientific. Oh. I always say we can take there's a certain sort of the knowledge from religious text, religious book. Their ultimate source, religion. For example, Buddhism. A lot of information about mind, about nature of phenomena, the quantum physics, including quantum physics, there. But we should take these things as the academic subject. Although this is mentioned in religious text, but we should take these as an academic subject. So then, and according to Indian tradition, the secular way, there's no problem with the scientific, scientific way of thinking, scientific knowledge. And this very room, over 30 years, many occasions discussed with scientists. So many scientists, they found very useful information about human emotion, about psychology. Sometimes I used to discuss even publicly. As far as psychology is concerned, ancient Indian psychology, compare that, modern psychology looks like kindergarten level. Indian psychology, highly developed. So now take as an academic subject, not a religious subject. Then we can share with scientists. If these original source, religious text, and put in according to religious sort of, religious faith or religious tradition, then will not cover. Firstly, non-believer, they don't care. And secondly, among the believer also is a different religious faith. So if we take these academic subject, then it can cover entire humanity. So now many scientists now really appreciate about the knowledge, ancient Indian knowledge about mind, about method to tackle. Like that. Quantum like quantum physics, when I met quantum physicists, you see, they already know external thing does not exist as appears. Ultimately depend on observer. Then what is observer? Where is observer? The quantum physicists to no answer. In this country, we call Atma. Atma there. Within Indian tradition, Buddhists say no Atma. Anatma theory. But we all, you see, these indicate over 3,000 years in this country, not only investigate external thing, but also investigate where is self. Very useful, very useful. So many scientists now really appreciate ancient Indian knowledge about external world, internal world, like that.
Sir, I'm Yashuvardhan from Sunbeam School at Tara, Varanasi.
And then I think I may add one, those religion, theistic religion, believe God, everything created by God. One my Indian friend, very religious-minded, once he asked me very seriously, whole world created by God. And then among his creation, many mischievous people there. Why God creates that? What are you going to say? What do you say? God infinite love.
Yes.
So among his creation, his creature, his creation, a lot of sort of mischievous people there. Why God created that?
I think God created everyone to be good and compassionate. It's man himself who creates that evil within. And
Whether God have the power to stop that kind of negative thing.
no, the man has the power to stop it.
Oh, that's good answer. That's good answer. Clever answer. I told him, since God creates hell, heaven, hell, so there must be someone who go to hell. Then if he further question, why God creates hell? Then no answer. One way, God infinite love. And God have sort of power as a creator. So simply he not create these things, but seems to see God powerless. Difficult. So among the world religion, theistic religion, Judeo-Christian tradition, theistic religion, and in India, there are some, believe creator, but many of Indian tradition, like Jain philosophy, and also one part of Sangha philosophy, and Buddhist philosophy, no concept of creator, but rather self-creation. So everything depends on your own shoulder. There is no creator. So therefore, practice of shamatha, practice of vipassana come. Since everything depends on yourself, so training our mind. If it's those religion, believe creator, then only pray, like that. Okay.
Sir, I am Yashuvardhan from Sunbeam School, Lairtara, Varanasi. And my question is, how do you stay so optimistic and faithful when there is so much of hate in this world?
Karsa. Kare. I think I already mentioned or not, according to some scientists, basic human nature is more compassionate. That is when these scientists explain that, he also show one sort of picture, motion picture. 6-month-old child, language not yet developed, so not much influence from outside. Basic human nature very much alive. So that 6-month-old child is watching one cartoon. 2 children helping each other. When that child saw that, smiling. I also there, that meeting. Then 2 children is a negative attitude one another. When that shows to that 6-month-old child, the child also is showing unhappiness. And then more important, constant anger and stress, very bad for our health. Some scientists, medical scientists say, constant anger is eating our immune system. So therefore, firstly, basic human nature is more positive, more compassionate. Then day-to-day life, more compassionate sort of way of thinking, much happier. And furthermore, we are a social animal. Social animal, to bring together, that's human compassion or love. Anger, expel. Angry person always remain lonely. Compassionate person always is surrounded with warm atmosphere. Like that. So that's my basic sort of belief. And according to scientists also, this is a right one. So then because the basic human nature is more positive. So that's source of my optimism. If basic human nature is more anger, then no hope. Then I will think next life.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I'm Kushi Chaturvedi from Emerald Heights International School, and my question to you is: if a person is not filled with anger, but for some circumstances he has anger developed in him, then how can he reduce the anger? Can psychologists help?
Karsa. So analyze what is the value of anger. Anger not only destroy very moment peace of mind, then that anger remain longer, destroy your physical health. And that anger immediately create atmosphere unhappy. For example, here, this group, if someone lost anger and is shouting, whole atmosphere becomes something uncomfortable, isn't it? So anger is a destroyer of peace. Firstly, individuals' inner peace. Then secondly, whole atmosphere becomes something. And then long-term, physical health also bad. And we are social animal. Any social animal, anger always expel. So loving kindness bring together. So anger, part of our emotion, but actually very much sort of against destroyer of harmony. So social animal, anger is very bad. So we have this intelligence. Use intelligence. What's the use about anger? Without anger, you want something, someone, obstacle. But without anger, you see, through reason, through more peaceful way, you can overcome this problem. Too much anger. At that moment, I think you almost become like mad. They will not function properly, human intelligence. You see, many Tibetan, they really feel anger towards Chinese. So then, when we discuss the too much anger, then the very room in our brain, thinking reason, less and less. Their mind too much towards today, because are biased. They cannot see the reality. So without anger, consider China. Chinese, historically, you see, very close relation, thinking that line. In the meantime, some there are sort of unjust sort of work policy we can criticize. But without anger, much sort of effective, much useful, like that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is Prisha Dawani from Emerald Heights International School. My question to you is, what is your point of view about coexistence, and what do you think common people think about coexistence?
We are social animal. Now today, I think whole world, global economy, interrelated, interconnected. Then information, with the help of technology, world become much closer, much smaller. So now, in ancient time, for example, we Tibetan, in Tibet, there's not much connection with outside world. Like that, it's a different nation, more or less isolated. Now today, that situation gone. Firstly, our lifestyle change, and also population change. When I first came here human population 6 billion, now 7 billion. And then environment is problem. Now time comes, we have to work together. The reality now telling us you should work together. We should live as one community. So use human intelligence. Then I think the concept is because of coexistence, right? Then automatically come. I feel that. If I sort of, too much sort of stress, I am Tibetan, then this is India, not Tibetan, may feel some kind of uncomfortable. As soon as I step in Indian border, mentally, this is our traditional, our spiritual home, then much happier. Then, gradually, I stress we are same. Every human being, we are same. So I'm one of the 7 billion human beings. With that concept, wherever I go, I always smile. No sort of also a little bit sort of suspicious way. Never. So result, I myself feel happy. And then anyone who met, who talk with me, they also, some Chinese at the beginning, some student in America, also in Japan, when I met some Chinese student at the beginning, they were quite serious. Then I mentioned our way of thinking and create some jokes. Then immediately, you see, their face full of a smile. At the beginning, sometimes, you see, they little bit sort of cautious picture with me. Then after sort of some sort of discussions, they rush because of rush with picture with me, like that. So, smile, compassionate attitude, really makes differences. You Indian, I think, should think more about the world. Then, culturally, particularly the emotional level, knowledge about the inner world, I think India is the best, only nation. So, that brings more self-confidence. And meantime, every human being, as our brothers, sisters, then you will not develop some kind of curiosity, narrow mind thinking, disappear. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Your Holiness, what is the greatest cause of conflict in modern society?
Too much self-centered attitude, education, not talking about altruism, about compassion. Education, not talk about human emotion. Only talk money, material life. So unfortunately, through that kind of education, we create a generation who materialistic life, materialistic culture. So that, I feel education have this sort of responsibility. Therefore now, modern India, more materialistic. So now, time come, return, or because of reintroduce, revival of ancient Indian knowledge, how to train our mind, how to look, how to take care about our emotion. Then the generation who come through that kind of education will be more different, more balanced, external thing, internal thing. The generation who come through materialistic education and only think about outside, not thinking. So then these, in materialistic life, competition important. So self-centered attitude is something directly relevant. Taking care about other, more compassionate mind in materialistic life. Some people consider there's signs of weakness, isn't it? So because lack of knowledge about these different emotions, I feel that.
Your Holiness, present here amongst us, along with the students, are many of us who are teachers, heads of school, owners of school. What is your message to us? How can we build a better tomorrow?
Oh, as I already mentioned, education is a key factor. So it's the people who deal about education now should think how to bring next generation, more compassionate generation, and use more sort of because of fuller knowledge, the technique how to utilize human intelligence properly. So, for example, now here, the government college, we already sort of start some program, training about our emotion and how to train the sort of the basic human value. These things we already the principal of the college I met when we discussed. He fully agreed, and also he now gets some sort of because of the blessing or agreement from state government. Oh yes, government college. So we have already some program already started. So then in Delhi also. So we already now working new curriculum school, including this inner value. So that does not mean change the curriculum or the additional some curriculum. So we are working carry step by step. And then next month, Marbe, Delhi. Right. April next year in Delhi, we're going to have some sort of more or less international sort of kind, some sort of discussion, how to introduce in the education field about this inner value. So we are working. So I think our meeting, such meeting, I most welcome some of you participate and give some suggestions like that. Okay.